gonna need two things from Dollar Tree, this orange jar and some soap. You're gonna take out your soap container. You're gonna pull out the tube that's inside of the dispenser. Next, you're gonna need something sharp. I'm using some wire cutters that I have. I'm gonna poke a hole in the center of my jar and I'm gonna start pulling back the metal. This is pretty easy to do with these lids from Dollar Tree. You're gonna use your wire cutters to continue to pull the back of the lid until the top portion of the soap container fits in perfectly. Once you get it to fit in, just add some E6000 to hold it in place. Then you're gonna take your lid outside, spray it with 2 coats of a flat black spray paint. And I find that if I put it in a jar or a little plastic cup, it's a lot easier to spray paint. From there, fill it with your favorite soap, add the lid, and you have a perfect soap container to last you the fall season. All right, so this next DIY is a little bit out of the box, but when I was walking down the beauty aisle at Dollar Tree, I spotted this loofah, and I tell you guys, I thought this looks exactly like a pumpkin. So we're gonna make a pumpkin out of this loofah. So you're gonna cut off the handle, then you're gonna spray paint your loofah whatever color you want. I went with a brown color. You're gonna spray the bottom of it, let that dry, flip it over, and then spray the top. I really like the look of a natural handle on my pumpkins, so I found this stick that I had bought back in the spring from Five Below. It was a little long, so I used my hacksaw to cut it in half. I also had a leaf that I found from one of my florals, and I'm gonna hot glue the leaf in place, and then I will hot glue the stem and hold it till it's completely dry. This is a quick and easy pumpkin you can make, and I love the way it turned out. $5 for one of these big cinnamon sticks. I have a great DIY for this. I'm really excited to create a high-end dupe for this broom that I saw at Pottery Barn. I picked up 2 to make this DIY a little bit fuller and more substantial. I'm gonna place the 2 brooms on top of each other, and I'm gonna cut off any threads that are sticking out. Then I'm gonna grab some twine that I had in my stash. I'm gonna start wrapping the twine around where the existing twine was to hold them together. I'm gonna do this on all the areas where the broom previously had twine. This is going to help make my broom look seamless and you wouldn't be able to tell it was 2 brooms. Next, to give it that glow, I picked up some fairy lights from Dollar Tree. I picked up 2 packs. This was kind of trial and error. I started weaving the lights in and out at the bottom. Then as I went up, I decided to just start wrapping the lights around, kind of crisscrossing the lights as I went, making sure that the battery pack was going to be in the back where I was going to set it against the wall. I absolutely love how this broom turned out. It might be my new favorite fall DIY. When I got to Dollar Tree, I also found these adorable little acorns, so I ended up grabbing 2 of them. So I'm gonna paint the bases of them with that nomadic desert color. I wanted them to be very neutral, very matte. And of course, I couldn't get through a Dollar Tree video without using some nautical rope. So that's what we're gonna be using to wrap the top portion. So all you're gonna do is put some hot glue on the back and start wrapping around the nautical rope. If you can, add your glue to the back. That's just gonna make the whole final project look better. I'm gonna keep wrapping it until I've covered the entire piece all the way up to the little stem. Now again, these are great to put out with plants or books or other groupings that you have, so just put them out with your already existing decor. You're gonna need a clear jar, a Dollar Tree glass container, and a knob. This knob I already had on hand from a project at IKEA. E6000 your knob to the top of your jar lid. Then you're gonna take your jar lid and your other glass container outside and spray it with 2 coats of black spray paint. Next, you're gonna flip your black jar upside down. You're gonna put some E6000 on the bottom and then put the clear jar on top. If you haven't guessed already, we're making a candy jar. So all you have to do from here is fill it with some of your favorite candy. You can put the black lid on top. This is perfect for the Halloween season. Oh, this is my owl, you guys. This is one of my most popular Dollar Tree DIYs on my channel. Super cute. Now, I found these cute little owls when I was shopping at Dollar Tree. They're so adorable, had to pick them up. Here's a simple DIY that you can do to update them. So grab your favorite chalk paint. I'm using Waverly white chalk paint. I'm gonna paint 2 coats on the owl. Once it has a chance to dry, I'm gonna come back in with sandpaper and pull out all the detail. It really helps the owl stand out and it gives it a whole fresh new look. I'm going to be using 2 shades of my gold rub and buff. I find that when you combine 2 shades, it really gives the piece more dimension. So I'm going to be mixing the 2 colors together, adding it on to my existing plastic. I did get a little bit on the glass. That's okay, you can wipe that up. This was a subtle change to this clock, but I love the way the finish turned out. I absolutely love the look of terracotta for fall. I think it looks so high end. So I found these ceramic pumpkins at Dollar Tree and I thought, let's try to make them look a little bit more high end. Make sure you give it plenty of time to dry. So mine sat completely overnight. I'm gonna mix water with my Waverly white chalk paint and use a foam brush to add that to the outside of my pumpkins. Then I'm gonna immediately wipe it off with a paper towel because I want it to just have a little bit of a white finish to it to distress it just a little bit. You can do this as much or as little as you like. After that, I let them completely dry and here's how they look styled. How adorable are these trays? I definitely think we could DIY with them. The largest one is $12, the smaller one is $10. Trays are one of my favorite items to update and DIY. You can really give them a high-end look. So with this tray, I'm gonna be adding some cane to the base of it. And at first I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to put it on there. So I cut a big piece and then I kind of just started to eyeball how I was going to put it in. And I tried a couple of methods. One method was just kind of cutting it. That wasn't working very well. Then I decided to kind of mark it where I wanted to cut it out and then cut out where I marked it. From there, I did also fold it in a bit so I could see where that fold line was, and then I could cut that line off. Just keep working with it until you can get it to fit in your tray as evenly as possible. And then I'm gonna use hot glue around the edges to hold it in place. Next up, I'm going to paint the base of it with ink by Waverly. I'm going to be using a foam brush and I'm going to have to dab it on there pretty thick just because I'm trying to get through 2 layers to cover it. I'm also going to add paint to the inner sides, and if you get any paint on the top, that's okay. Just take a wet paper towel and immediately wipe it off. Let this dry and then you have a beautiful tray to sit out for the fall season. Hey guys, I'm Liz and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.